and welcome to another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. All right, so I just want to talk for a minute here, and y'all can listen. I'm in the position of power. Like I said, completely privatized, sovereign, right? We operate above the feds. Everybody knows about this. Like I said, you have to understand, man, like, I'm the definition of power. It's just that simple. The definition of power. And like I said, what we talk is facts. I've been doing radio for what, like maybe over a decade and a half to arguably almost 2 decades, technically. If not radio, videos and stuff. You know what I mean? That's the thing, man. Like we continue to progress, we continue to win, we continue to move forward, and we continue to build. You understand? So, like, I mean, me, I'm just going to keep on progressing because facts speak for themselves. Just like when you look at this icon, you can see that money, right? You see the bread, right? I just told you that was pocket change. This was just recently. What are you talking about? Before I started all of this, the Batman project, I funded out my own pocket. Going on my 3 year anniversary is coming up around the corner, which I'm excited about. You understand? Like I said, everything is privatized over here. Folks have three ways to pay me. There's always an option to pay me. There's always an option to support me. There always has been. You understand? See, that's the thing. Folks want to move on their own time. They want to do things on their own time, and people want to move and do things off their own agenda. But see, the truth is that I'm who's in control of it. You understand? So it's like over here, I think it's pretty plain and simple and easy to see what it is and figure out. That's just not how it works over here. So when it's concerning me and dealing with me, I'm always in charge. I'm always in power. I'm always in control. Like I said, I've gone my own direction since day one. I'm independent. I'm sovereign. I built this myself. The real, true, immortal vampire. You understand? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I have time. My time is precious. Remember, Steve used to say, time is your most valuable commodity? I'm starting to really understand that and what he meant by that. Because it's really true. Time is your most valuable commodity. In some aspects, you know what I mean? But I don't know about most valuable, but it's very important. And what he was saying, in my opinion, and is what I've heard before. But long story short, like where you put your time in, that's usually what people, feel some way about or in the feelings regarding and about is where they put their time. Some folks don't appreciate their own, time. They squander it. You understand what I'm saying? Like it all comes down to self gratitude, self value, self worth, self love. That is controlled and normal, right? Which nowadays is a hard thing to come by, right? And that's the thing. I'm old school. We do things old school over here. See, we're running this like what it is, a business and a independent entity and independent corporation. And you're gonna see how it works, and nothing else does. You're gonna see how I continue to get results. And every time I speak, the truth comes out. Every time I speak, I'm producing more capital and more income. I get paid to talk. You understand what I'm saying? So my job is to use my $1 million mouthpiece and my gift of gab and all the resources and system that I built to continue to try to bring in money and accrue capital. It's clear as day what it is. It's clear as day that yes, the public is in their feelings. A lot of folks is in their feelings. You know what I mean? There's no reason to be. But apparently, in today's day and age and generation, folks is in their feelings pretty easily, right? Folks is in their feelings, and I'm gonna tell you why. because I make money. It doesn't matter how much money. It's just the fact that they know that I built something from scratch by myself, and they looking at it like they can see, that they could never accomplish what I have. They could never do it. So that's the thing. Like I feel like all of it was designed as a ploy. You understand? And it's been clear as day because we all know where all this came from, and it came from corporate America and from these corporations, and in particular this company, right? So I mean, pay attention. The chat rooms is part of the agenda. See, it's designed to give everyone a voice and a free voice to people who aren't going to utilize that or use it and appreciate it to say the facts and state the truth. See, this is all serious business over here. This is official tissue. You're walking into a 5-star company. You see what I'm saying? So the only energy that we accept and the only energy over here is serious business. See what I'm saying? That's why it's funny to me. It's funny to me when folks show their cards. It's funny to me, all of it, man. Like I said, there is so much talking, bro, but talk is cheap. Yeah. So much talking, but so very little facts. But when I speak, I bring nothing but the facts. It's easy, man. Easy arithmetic, man. Especially now. They already told me, they said, you good now. They said whatever you did just like created like a quantum effect, like quantum leaping, like which I think I do all the time, and moving through dimensions and doing what I do in every dimension, for real. You understand? So it's like I said, I spend my time studying things that most of you can't even fathom or comprehend. Like I'm gonna get right back to studying and trying to teach myself this mechanical engineering and all these other things. That's what I'm focused on. I don't really have time to play around, and that was always my thing. The reason I talk from the place I talk is because I'm stating the truth and the facts. You understand? It's that simple. The truth is going to be said regardless. People should all love the truth. The truth is everything, man. Truth is how you build respect. Without respect, you can't build nothing. You have to have all these building blocks in order to build. Folks is going the wrong direction. They hustling backwards and they moving backwards. And when you hustling backwards, you never going to understand how the game work. You never going to understand. You get the equity first. You get rich. You spend your money. Every move I made is the paradigm and the blueprint for what the whole world should try to copy and imitate. And you know what's funny? While they acting like it's not, they actively all trying to copy and imitate the blueprint I created. Everyone, all across the board. I have documented facts on everything. I have receipts for everything, and every statement of which I've said I have completely won. I ain't lost a debate in ever in the in entirety of all this time, all eternity. I've never lost a debate. In fact, I've never even seen like a contender. Nobody's been able to debate because they don't have any facts to state, and I bring nothing but the facts all the time. So, see, no, I'd rather buckle down and focus on what I was taught and what God taught me and the knowledge that I found and researched and looked for and the knowledge that God brought me. Right? That's what makes you the most powerful. You know, when you're the most powerful, when you're stating facts, documented facts that cannot be refuted. This is literally the slogan I came up on doing radio. So when you get in that position, right? Only forward from here. Like I said, we can only go one direction. We can only go up. We can only rise. We can only rise from here. You understand? I'm the only one who can tell my story. I'm the only one who can speak for me. Like I said, brother, I've been working since I was 16. I'm 36 now. I have everything to show for it. I'm rich. I'm wealthy. I'm literally a top CEO, corporate executive. I'm the CEO of all my companies, which I keep ideas. So I can create separate branches. I have everything is a canvas for me. I'm an artist. I've made and spent so much money, it's unreal. And the real amounts of money, and most of my money was all independent capital. So while I was working, I was hustling. While I was working, I was manifesting millions of dollars. I do everything with very strict parameters and very strict rules. I don't go against my rules. That's why I can't have conversations with people who, you know, are not talking from a serious place, because I'm a very serious man and serious dude. And my time, I appreciate and respect my time so much. So I won't waste any of my time. That's like one of my number one, pet peeves, is that I don't want my time wasted ever. And I understand why, especially now. That's what I'm saying. I understand when Steve's would say that time is your most valuable commodity. It makes a lot of sense. It really is. In the entirety of things, it really is. He had a good point. He had a lot of good points. Again, shout out to him. Nothing but love, much love and respect. You know what I mean? But my deal is, like I said, we stay moving forward. We stay moving forward in righteousness. I have pure confidence because I know I'm right. I know I'm righteous. I know I'm a good person. I know everything I'm doing makes perfect sense. And that's why you're seeing me get results. Again, my way is the right way. It's the only way. Actually, literally, my way is the only way. Especially now because it's so much harder now. Yeah, they make some of the rules easier for certain things, like on here, for y'all to come up and have an opportunity to do what we do, which is crazy to me because it's so unfair, it's unreal. But hell, that's my point. When has it not been unfair when it concerns me? Have we ever been given a fair shake? No. That's actually what I wanted to talk about. That's why it's reality check time, right? When have we been given a fair shake? Just like on here, all these folks even said what it is. They knew exactly what it is. They said things are not fair, they're completely unfair. But yet I've still been winning this entire time. I don't know where the confusion is. Like when I was cooking and when I was doing my thing, right before all this, before I started this Batman project and everything, like I was making good money. I was doing my thing. But my point is this, like I would come on here and I was still building all this up. Okay. I don't know if I was to that point or not. I don't think so because I wasn't really paying attention to it like that, but I could be wrong. But I think we were real close, is what I think. I can't remember. But either way, I got it, going. And then when I did get it going, then it became a whole thing for me. And like I said, I made a living off of it this entire time and I'll continue to. That was the goal the entire time. That's what I love, is that only I can speak for me. So if you ask me how I feel and you talk to me direct, that's the only way you're going to get the truth, right? These are all concepts that are understood, right? The goal for me when I was working at any time, I worked since I was 16. I worked in warehouses. I built and helped build half the warehouses in Austin, Texas. I used to move furniture for court. I used to do tons of temp work. I used to be around all them folks. They all know who I am. Everybody know how I am. Everybody knows who I am, right? To an extent, they don't know a lot about me, but they know how I am, you know, in reality, like on a real basis, and I'm just about my respect. And at the same time, I'm about my business. Bro, I'm used to moving around roadblocks. I'm used to, behaviors and things like that, trying to get in the way and learning how to maneuver and move around. I'm used to it. I'm used to a lot of jellyfish. That's what folks don't get. That's why I feel like all that was my conditioning. I feel like everything I go through is a test. I think that all of it is conditioning that God is giving me to condition me for the future so that I'll be able to handle whatever comes my way and be ready. You feel me? That's how I try to look at it because I don't have any other choice but to try to look at it that way. I don't have a choice in my, but that's what people don't understand. Like, no matter what I do, I'm still in my position. That's the thing with me. And it's a pretty good position, though. You understand? I've been through so much, it's unreal. So it's like, a lot of times it is what it is. Like, I have every right to feel the way that I feel. You know what I mean? But my point is, like, yeah, most of them warehouses in Austin, like I helped to build them. I literally did all the work. Any place that they took me to, they used to call me like James Bond for assignments. No joke. Because they knew I was the go-to guy, because they knew I worked hard and I did a good job and I gave my all and I tried my best no matter what it was. And I just always really did a good job. I'm talking, I used to go, I'm telling you, every day I would wake up 6 in the morning, whether I slept much or not, and I paid off almost all of them property taxes. Right? Never got to utilize that property, never got to use it, never really got to live on it. Tried like one time, it wasn't going to work out, and I was all by myself, so like it just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? And like I said, like when it was whatever, the way that it was when I got it, it wasn't in good shape. It literally was like not possible to do anything with. I made the perfect decision, just like I did with everything else in the past. And my whole deal at the time was I'm going to make conscious decisions. I was like, nah, I want to be where I'm good. I want to be where I've got what I need, and I got folks around me and people in case I need help for anything. Like I think about I have real problem solving skills. But my point is, like I said, I made like a $50 payment. I'm thinking that I'm on point, and I was on point, but I'm thinking I'm doing something good here, making a good move, and I don't have a lot of money in them checks, and it's all I got to my name at the time. So I'm thinking I'm doing something right. And I make the $50 payment, and then I call him up to talk to him. And I guess God put it on my mind to call him, right? And it's like, I got to call him and talk to him, the ones that handle all that. You gotta understand, this is going on across the country and the world, but all these other people, they didn't save their property. This is what's happening with the government. You could call it land grabbing, but I mean, these properties don't belong to anyone. They don't really belong to the government either. So it's not technically really that either. It's a form of land grabbing, but it's for a different purpose. And the purpose is everything I'm talking about that has to do with what's going on, concerning us as Americans. So, I mean, in Chicago, they got a whole movement right now called Chicago Red, right? That, you've got these people and they're talking about the same thing, but they weren't able to save their property. You see the difference? Because they were too busy sitting around doing nothing. And this is the truth, sitting on the couch, not moving, not doing nothing. And they just gave up. They didn't want to work hard like me. So that's my thing. Like, what world are we in where people want to talk and say that they're ahead? There's no one ahead of me. First of all, let's get that straight. See, you're trying to omit details and forget about all these years that have passed that I've ran circles around everybody financially. That's what matters. Right now doesn't matter, and I'm still ahead of everybody right now. See, that's the thing. You got to think about the present and what's going on. That's what matters. Nothing else really matters. Be present. That's what they teach you, even with anything. It helps. So what I'm saying is, like, nah, I made it this far and have done extraordinarily well. Okay, extremely well this entire time. And I'm gonna say it again. I actually have the answers. Most people don't, but I do. And I'm gonna say it again confidently, right? So I woke up about 6 in the morning, right? And I'm talking about went to shelters like the Arch in Austin and lived in there for like years, right? Because I had to. I had no choice, right? Because I got to work and I got to get my money. And I had all that other stuff going on, right? So I'm moving around doing what I need to do, right? That's what I'm saying. Did I ever, listen to what the internet had to say? No. Did I care? Nope. I was too busy doing what I need to do. You saw I went to Dallas first, right? Folks saw me. The same folks that watch me now were watching then. And commenting and had whatever to say. And you saw me go to Dallas. I was in the bridge in the shelter, right? And then I was trying to work out there, and we were only making like 25 bucks a day. You know what I mean? Like basically nothing, because that's the reality of it, because the system is not designed to help us. I'm talking about for real, 25 bucks a day, bro. That would be the check. I'd go cash the check, and like, it's not like it didn't help me a little bit. But that's the thing. Like I'm saying, that's what, I didn't understand, because that's the economy they created. So when I got to Austin, when I had to move, I go to Austin, right? And that's what I'm saying. I start working, doing temp or whatever, and I make the $50 payment. I'm thinking I'm doing something. I call them up and talk to them, and they talking about, nah, we don't want that. They said we want $500 to $1,000 every month. You understand? Or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I was going to lose the property. There's stories right now about what the banks is doing, And this all comes from the banks because America and this economy in the world is run by the banks. The banks come from what? The Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. It's the system that I've already defeated. It's the system that I'm standing up to that I'm winning. You understand what I'm saying? So see, I didn't let them do to me what they've done to so many others. I didn't let them take advantage of me. I didn't let them take anything from me, and I never will. And that's the way every American should be. You understand what I'm saying? I said, nah, I'm going to capitalize off of what I got. And I did. So I woke up every day in that shelter, taught myself how to get up and move no matter what and how to keep working. That's why I'm so resilient and dedicated and diligent. And that's why it's really not difficult for me because I programmed myself for years to do this. You understand? So now it's just to a whole nother level, you know, because now I'm the real deal. So my point is, we would sleep on like little mats, right? And I went through all sorts of problems, trouble, different things, and kept working. I pushed through everything the whole time, right? Impossible stuff. Okay. And yeah, I would, we'd sleep on that mat. I'd get up. Dallas was honestly more comfortable because we had like cots. You know what I mean? So like you come in, right, and like they bus us to this church. So we go to the church a lot of times, and that was the best part, honestly. But the church, like, it was crazy, man. Every time that you go in that church, I would start coughing. So you could kind of see what was going on, right? I'm talking about, and it wasn't just me, it was everyone. So there was definitely something in that church. Why do you think it's like that? You know what I mean? And then you got, the same thing, the fake pastors and all the evil in there and all that, and they trying to recruit you to a program. They actually had a program in there that I thought about doing for a minute, and it was a program where you'd like stay there. You know what I mean? And like maybe not a bad program. And I think you could actually get paid and make money with it. Like I know a dude who did it and he had like a gold chain on and the folks were looking at him in there because we were all in the shelter and we're looking, but I wasn't really in their position because I'm a money getting dude. So that ain't nothing to me. But my point is they was looking at it like, yeah, man, look at his chain. Like, yeah, he's making some money doing this. But you have to like stay there. I don't even know if you can leave. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? But like at the time, it seemed like a convenient option. It seemed like it might be smart for me with everything I was going through, especially revolving around this. You know what I mean? Like folks don't want to talk about what I've actually been through. And that's for another day. That's for interviews that are on a different platform. See, this is my platform, this is my business. So we are very careful about how we speak and how we talk and what we speak on here. And trust me, folks is in their feelings because they know I'm doing right doing that. See what I'm saying? So yeah, I knew him. I saw him not too long ago, a couple years back when I was in Austin again, and we were actually eating at that diner. And I'm sitting down in the front because I always did. Because when I got done, I'd always go out there and I was probably doing bar security at the time, right? And like I'm really the top dude like in bar security, like for real. That's what people don't understand. Like I'm really like the best in the game, the best bouncer in the world, probably. That's really how all this developed because I realized my gift more and more and what I can do. I kind of already knew, but it gave me an opportunity to actually display it and show it and be myself for a minute. So my point is, that's what I was doing. See, that's the thing. While these folks is talking on the internet, I mean, I'm coming up hard, for real. Like that was my career. So there's a lot that comes with that. There's no denying it. There's a lot. It entails a lot. There's a lot that I was dealing with every night, every day. And the thing people don't get, like I would sleep, take a nap, right? I would train and work out, right? So I'm all, brolic and I'm taking like vitamin C, mind you, and stuff. So like I'm in a pretty good position, even though I'm still going through things. I was in a pretty good position. It was before a lot of this happened. So that's what I'm saying. Well, I had to focus all my attention on saving that property and so I could sell it or whatever. These folks was making their moves behind their scenes, all that evil stuff. So there was nothing I could do about everything that I went through or anything that happened because my focus was on surviving. And like I said, there was, I didn't have money for anything at that time. I had to go do these temp assignments. Dudes would bring me whatever, to the job just so I could get by and be okay enough just so I could work. I had to have help. I had to ask for help. I had to explain to folks, like, look, I don't have a dime of money, bro. I don't have nothing because I have to get these property taxes paid. Folks don't understand anything of value takes sacrifice. I'm always man enough to admit when I need help and ask for help. That's how I got this far. I'm a human being. There is nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to help. You're supposed to cry if you feel. You're supposed to let it out. You're supposed to say how you feel. What are y'all talking about? See how different the reality is when the reality gets said and the truth gets said. When I'm in my energy, like right now, and people hear me talk, they get to see the truth of who I am. And a lot of these people, they vested interest is they just powerless and have no power and no voice concerning me or anything regarding me. And they just in their feelings and they know that people is going to like me and gravitate to me and my character and that everyone loves me, right? Once they get to actually know me and that I'm an asset everywhere I go. And they in their feelings because while I was working every day doing bar backing or whatever and moving around jobs and getting higher paying jobs, and they was doing everything they was doing, right? Focused on what I'm doing, just like now, I was winning. So when they saw me, I had my act together like I always do. It ain't nothing for me. Right? So I had to go back to Austin so that I could get back to work. Because I'm a working dude. I work hard for my money. You see the difference there? Well, they wanted to just sit there and they don't own nothing, they don't got nothing, they have nothing, and they're have to doing everything. They're used to doing everything and have to do everything off the strength of someone else. You know what I mean? And that's all they know and what they used to. So they wanted to sleep for, all day, every day and never get up and work or get anything done and let everyone else do everything, and other folks didn't know how to get money the right way. That's the truth. Right? My whole career entails focusing on stuff like that. 100%. Right? Because my stand against crime and corruption is real, correct? So, like, it is what it is, And it's crazy to me. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do, bro, regardless. Just like you see me do the whole time. So, my point is, like I said, they said we need this. I said, okay, well, then that's what I'm going to have to do. So I would send them about $500 to $1,000 every month. I think towards the end there, I started actually getting ahead and was sending $1,000. Like I said, people don't understand my journey. I was in shelters. Sometimes I wasn't in the shelter. Sometimes I'd stay out all night and go to work. Sometimes I was sleeping in bathrooms, literally. Okay, sleeping in bathrooms to get to where I needed to get. Do you understand me? Okay, like folks don't get what I've been. You couldn't even imagine what I've been through. You couldn't fathom. Y'all want to talk about these depictions? Those depictions are nowhere near my reality. So I remember I had this nice pair of Skull Candy headphones though, and those kind of helped me along the way. Like even some nights I'd go to the club. I remember, I'm not joking. I would go to the club and then I'd have to literally come back and literally have to sleep in a bathroom, bro. That's my life for you. I didn't have no help. Didn't nobody open their door to me ever, just like they don't now. Just like last time I was in Austin, nobody helped. Nobody's done a thing. And then y'all wonder and want to question what karma is. Karma is here, what? We're going through a real situation. Nobody helped me to do a thing. I had to do it all by myself. And yet I give to everyone. I would never have that same attitude that if somebody needs something, I'm always say, what do you need here? I'm here to help and here. Good. This is what life is about. See, I'm living it. I'm living real life. That's why folks in their feelings. Yeah. I'm real as it gets, partner. So, like I said, all the things that I go through are a part of my testimony. I'm the greatest testimony of all time, bro. And my point is, like I said, I kept working though. I kept working, man. Like that was the thing. I think that I remember going to the club that one night and I had a little bit of fun and I spent too much money, way too much money. And it was money I worked hard for, mind you. You know what I mean? So like, and I just kind of, it was literally, do y'all remember that night? I actually got on live on one of these, like on this network, and I was talking about it. I was like, it was the night, like I realized that I was like an actual angel. And I was talking about it. If y'all remember, I was like, I realized that money doesn't really matter. Like I'm an angel. Like I started realizing who I was. You know what I mean? So money for me has never mattered because I'm an angel. So money's the root of all evil, technically. So we don't really mix, but I'm just good at making money, and like God provides for me. Money can be a spiritual thing too, but it's still kind of both. It just depends on who's holding the money, right? See, that's the thing. Like, if you just learn how to have a discussion and negotiation and you don't take things literally, which I always talk about, how who takes things literally, everything, and things are not literal in this world. If you don't take things literally, then you'll understand perfectly. Sure. That's why folks always want to repeat things because they can't process it. They don't understand it. They can't fathom it. It seems to me like most folks can't fathom and understand basic reality. And that's not my thing over here because for me, I have perfect understanding of reality. See, because I'm not operating from a state or place of confusion because I got God with me. Mhm. Yet this is everything I taught. That was the direct quote, right? That when you operate from a basis of what? Not having the facts, you'll continue to do the same things over and over again. But if you get enlightened and you learn from me and you listen, then you'll get the facts and then you'll know the truth. Very important components, very important, part of the philosophy. So again, my point is I went through all that and then like that was my thing. I think that was like the one night I got to have a little bit of fun because it had been a while. And I'm talking about a while. Like people don't understand, like y'all want to talk about, feeling or being isolated, alienated. I mean, I went through that in the period of stagnation for 3 years. I went through that in that time. Even I was around some folks, but it would be the same folks. And I watched grown men go through a lot of serious, real things. Austin is still not a jokey place. There's a lot of real stuff. There's a lot of crime and corruption. Okay. And I watched dudes that I thought was tougher than me, really go through it and go through things. And I'm talking about for real, dude. Okay. Like, so I mean, that's the thing. You don't know what I've seen with these eyes, bro. You don't know where I've been. Just like you don't know where I've been, Lou. You don't know where I've been. I'm someone you learn from, man. See, I really have a real perspective. I've really been there. And I was never, I was always a brave heart. Mhm. That was the thing. So the folks that I watched go through things, mhm, I don't really need to speak and explain it, right? But like there was a lot going on already. And I still cared, you know, no matter what we had going on. I still cared. I'm talking about some of the toughest dudes, toughest looking dudes, dudes that hold themselves in the demeanor that's tough. I've seen them go through real things. I've seen what the streets is really like firsthand. That's why people don't get it. When I tell you I run the streets, I mean I run the streets. Why? Because I've learned the streets to an extent that nobody ever does. Does that make sense? So I really am that dude. I'm not someone just sitting around watching and then, oh, I'm reporting like, like some people or like 50 Cent kind of did, writing books and saying names. I'm not doing that. I'm out here. I was out there. You get what I'm saying? So I'm in the middle of everything. I'm a Braveheart. I'm the real deal. So it's hard to explain, but then parts of it isn't. That's my thing. Like me, this is why I'm not doing no chat rooms on here at any point, and I've already decided on this. This is why I don't want to have conversations unless they're conducive and with the right people at all. Because I'm a businessman, number one, but number two, I have to be able to move under the radar and fly under the radar. I realize that me being a chameleon is part of my whole energy and what I have to do. I mean, look at my career, what I do for a living. I have to scout and all these places and figure it out, right? I have to go on missions to figure out what, like when we go to New York, I have to study New York and the terrain so I can know where I'm moving. I got to walk, I got to run, I got to go running every day and learn, not, they don't have like trails, I don't think, but the streets and where I'm running and where I'm moving. That way, whenever I get into anything, when I'm operating fully in New York doing what I do, I know the terrain and I know where to go and I know the shortcuts and I know what building is here, what building's there, and what I'm able to move, grab on, what I need to do to get out of wherever I'm at, depending on if I'm in the mix or whatever is happening. My dream when I had all the money, and even before that, was I said I want to train like basically kind of like UFC, MMA, boxing every day, and I want to invest in stocks. That's all I wanted to do. That was my dream since day one when I was younger, when I was a teenager. And I'm already doing my dream in a way, am I not? I'm doing it, just not at the level that I want to be at, of course, with the money, but I'm beyond the level I thought I would ever get to with the actual martial arts and the training. So that's saying a lot. I look at dudes, man. I saw this one dude, the one that they keep bringing up concerning Crip Mac. You can look it up, man. It's a thing, whatever that transpired and happened or whatever. You know, they talk about the things that go on in the jail system and the jails. And I was looking at him. He kind of has like a Mike Tyson look to him a little bit, you know, but he's not Mike Tyson. But I'm saying he looks like a pretty big dude. And then that other guy, the 4Extra dude, he'll start talking and they said the same thing, whatever. And, you know, I don't know. You know, I think 4Extra is just on a mission to, you know, portray that he's something he's not. And I mean that 100%. I mean, you know, this stuff is cute, and I'm not saying that there's not tough individuals everywhere, because that's actually what I am saying, you know, a lot tougher than that. So that's my point. I mean, you're trying to portray yourself to be something you're just not. That's not who you are, bro. Just straight up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like those dudes are not, you know, they're just not that. So what are you bragging about? What are you even saying? Like, bro, it is what it is. But like I said, you know, everything with that, you already saw what happened. You know what I mean? God is real, karma is real, right? And that's the thing. You saw what it said. It said, oh, all the corrupt in the city gave him a round of applause and showed they support. Why? He doesn't seem like a nice person. He doesn't seem like a good dude. Y'all support evil. They want to talk about Nikki, you know who, right now. Supposedly, I'm not even watching it because it's a waste of my time. But she said, oh, this and that, and this is all. Well, yeah, and you've been a part of it wearing the red robes for the past, I don't know how many decades, Nikki. So what do you mean? And I know your actual story, Nikki, because I knew Royal Nitty and literally brought him into my private studio and we recorded a track and I produced it. And Royal Nitty came up in New York around Nikki and knows the truth about how Nikki got in the position she's in. And all I'll say is one word, right? Babylon. So that's all for show. See, that's what they do. They keep pulling wrestling stunts. That's why they all do prank content. Everything is about promoting being fake and an ideology that's satanic and demonic. I mean, Nikki has fully participated in anything the fake elites, the wannabe elites who don't have any money and aren't rich and are being, you know, used and manipulated by the devil himself. She's participated in that fully, wearing the red robes, wearing the dresses that are made like that, where everything that she's done, every action she's taken. I mean, what are you talking about? All them folks sold their soul. So for you to be saying that, that's like what? That's like the pot calling the kettle what? That doesn't make any sense. It's irrelevant. See, this is what they do. They keep creating this fake tabloid stuff, but you see them use the culture and use these groups, and what do? The feds come in and they control everything. I'm watching y'all trying to help you this entire time, and we operate above the feds, so I'm in a position to help you. I'm in the position to be able to save rappers' lives. Do you understand that? There's no comparison on as far as who's tough. We know who's tough. That's why they can't play these games with me and it don't work with me and they can't do it with me, because if you trace my history, you'll figure out who I am. I'm the guy who runs everything. The same guy that they use these depictions in movies and films to do what? To try to put in a different light and aura the same thing they're trying to do now, because they have an agenda and they know who I am and they realize I'm the one who tries to help you. Starting to get the point? I'm the one who defended Mike Brown and Eric Garner. I think I said the names backwards the other day because I'm tired all the time because I'm always working. You know what I mean? But I'm the one who defended them. I'm the one who's defended all these folks. I'm the one who helped. I'm the one who gave them money. I'm the one who you know, gave food, clothing, and shelter to the homeless out of my own pocket and didn't say nothing. I was moving all through Houston, all through all them areas. I probably was right there in Katy, Texas. It ain't nothing. These folks don't get all these cities that folks claim they at or from. I already came through there with tons of money with me. I was the boss. I was just on such a different, like I said, almost like an independent corporate structure level independently. Like I was just a boss that, and I still am the same dude. And I just was at a whole nother level where we don't stay in the same areas. The hotels I'm staying in are top of the line. We're talking about the Marriott. We're talking about the Courtyard Marriott. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying where luxury, you know? Yeah. Living lavish, you know, any hotel I want, I just would decide, well, what do I feel like going to? And then I'd pick one I like and try to get one with an actual affordable rate because I'm smart. Because I know no matter how much money I have, it's going to get spent over time, which it did, right? And the reasoning's been explained. And like I said, God's going to give me all that and way more. He's going to give me everything back in tenfold. What do you mean? So my point is, no, I mean, I was spending my time doing me. I'm spending my time. I'm around a lot of women. I'm coming through. That's how I always came through. You don't understand. Like I'm very desirable. I'm a guy that like all my time has been spent with women. I'm definitely a ladies man. That's why when folks want to talk and this and that and like it's hilarious, man, because I know the truth. I know the truth of who's who. You understand? That's why like folks want to talk like me. I mean, prove it. I mean, do you have bank statements that prove that you had a brokerage with over $300,000 in it? Because I mean, me, they tried to say they don't have them and that the government deleted my bank records, which is illegal as it gets. But like they kind of have to produce those statements. But like I should be able to get them, and they definitely exist, and everyone knows because you were watching me when I had all this money. So what do you mean? That's the thing. It's all good with me. Like folks can do what they want. You know what I mean? I could care less. It don't matter to me because I have divine protection. Everything is going to work out for my benefit no matter what. But my point is, can you actually produce a statement like that? Because I can, but they can't because they never had that. There's not anyone on this network that's ever had anything close to that. That's astronomical for anyone. So that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, like you gotta just look up to me and admire me and say, I wish I could be in that position. Don't fake it till you make it. Don't try to copy my rhetoric. Don't make me your competition like he told them. You haven't had to go through what I've gone through to get to this position. Don't make me your competition. Just like he told them. Remember? It's that. You don't have a clue, man. Like I said, I literally ran Vegas for like different months, but like for whole months. I'm talking about ran Vegas. I can go to Vegas anytime. If I get money again, whenever I get money, I go to Vegas. But see, when you go to Vegas, you just go to Vegas to visit. When I go to Vegas, I'm the king of Vegas. And I'm talking about the actual literal king. You understand me? So like my whole day is comprised of me being the king and doing what I want to do. And I love being in them casinos. You know what I mean? So I don't care what no one says. I care less. I'm going to go back there and do the same thing if I want. So what? Hell, I'd like to do it when I'm not single, when I got me a partner with me. That would be a lot more enjoyable. So I don't have to go to clubs all the time and be sitting in there all day and looking for love or whatever and sitting there trying to eat my breakfast, which was delicious by the way. They give me like waffles and over easy eggs like I love. Yeah, they give me breakfast, bro. Like I mean I pay for it obviously. Like and it's probably like 12, 13 bucks, maybe 15, like it was nothing at the time. And I was, you saw what I was doing in Vegas, clearly what everybody does, right? And I was doing it for a living. But like I was winning. So like I'd be going in that club like ready to, ball out of control because I had tons of racks. I'm talking thousand like I thought I was broke when I had like 20, $30,000 still. I was discouraged. I was looking at it like because everything was so unfair for me that I was looking at it from a different perspective. And it all came from folks and they narcissism. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm talking about that's my budget for everything. Things worked out for me, man. Things worked out beautifully for me in every aspect and regard. And like I said, I ended up spending more than that So meaning I must have made more money back. I'm telling you, I probably got over like $200,000 for real. What do you mean, bro? Money comes and goes, man. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. If you know, talking from a fear-based position and not having the love that I have in my heart and the courage to just do what you need to do, and I'm running circles around folks financially. That's the thing. I created actual manifesting. Like I created a hustle and a circuit where like I'm gonna get it back no matter what because I'm gonna materialize it. I'm gonna manifest it. You see it happening right now. I manifested this business. I manifested all of this. I got this far. I've already made myself rich. Where do you think all the money came from the first time? So these folks are jelly because I have a gift of manifesting. I have the gift of creating realities and manifesting and materializing wealth. But my point is, like, that's the lifestyle I want to live, and I'm not going to let anything stop me until I get there. I don't care if, like I said, if I got to do it 20 bucks investing at a time, like I just started. You know what I mean? I already got 60 bucks invested in there. That's moving pretty fast, dude, for a dude like me. For the position I'm in, when like it's just me versus the world, and I'm by myself and everything. I just literally came out of everything, and I walked through hell and won. And I'm talking about me just by myself, and I won in everything. What I just came out of was impossible odds and circumstances, and I won like a boss. I redefined the definition of winning, man. You can't be serious, bro. I'm a straight gangster. And then just turn around and get right back to what I used to do. I'm already back investing. You know what a big milestone that is for me? That's huge because that means, like I said, I can accrue and get the capital together now, which was the plan and the position I created and built, which took actually hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, to get to this point in this position. I paid cash for everything. I own it all. I have it all. God provides. I'm rich as hell. See, that's the difference. And you can tell I'm rich as hell because if I wasn't rich, right, and I didn't have all this equity, folks wouldn't be talking so much. Like I said, when I tell you like I don't have a lot of cash, that's because hustlers don't move with cash. I'm a grown man. You can't omit and ignore the perspective of being a grown man. It's the necessary component. It's everything. So again, what do you mean? Right? See, I'm just grown. It's part of being grown. So no, I don't have a lot of cash all the time, but I mean, quite a bit. Enough right now still, right? And what I just told you, what, like 300 and something? And that's a lot. After running a Batman project for 3 years, and like I said, spending hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to create all this. Sorry, but what? That's what I did. See, this is why no one can tell you a story for you but you, correct? So, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. Everything I say is a fact. Like, need I say more? I don't got to talk. People know I'm the boss. I'm the boss of this. I'm the boss of this network. I'm the boss of everything. I'm the boss. You want to get like me, you can't fake it. You can't talk it. You got to go work. Like that's what I'm saying. These folks that if you in these motels and hotels and you want to do this, take it seriously. Do these shows, like do your thing, bro. Get your money. Like, you know what I mean? Like I show nothing but love to everyone. People want to role reverse everything. Man, I don't even got time for that. I'm a real dude, homie. You understand? That's my thing. Like, like, nah, bro, you got to keep the energy real, man. Talk the same way that y'all, really are and really talk. Be yourself, man. My goodness. It is just crazy. They studying my rhetoric, bro, and trying to say it back, my rhetoric, and then get the, opportunity to talk to me and not taking advantage of it fully. They want to, be on a copycat energy, man. That stuff is crazy, bro. But yeah, you trying to copy and it ain't working out for you, is it? Y'all still ain't making a dime of digital money because you can't just be original. It's a copy of a copy of a copy. That's the same thing happening in New York with the hip hop culture. That's why they call hip hop the culture of what? Because everything was taken from someone and something else. Couldn't nobody think anything original? And what does that represent? So when y'all say we made hip hop, we made rap, no, you didn't. First of all, Spade, Cooley, Tex Ritter made rap. They were the first rappers. That's number one. And Haystack was the first rapper of whatever. And then what are you actually saying? You're taking credit for what's going on in hip hop. Biggie did it, Jay-Z did it, 50 Cent did it, all of them did it. They all bite off each other. They all got to repeat somebody else's lines and rhymes and don't even pay homage half the time. Everybody do it. They do it with Big Pun. They for sure do it with Big L. Everybody does it. And when it's showing love and in a good perspective, like I do occasionally, there's nothing wrong with it. But that's not what y'all do. Kanye West has lawsuits all the time regarding that, about instrumentals and beats and stuff, whatever, that they use them with samples that belong to whoever. When it belongs to major companies, they're going to care. If you're a guy creating demo tapes, they don't care because you haven't sold over 25,000 copies, which is supposed to be the law and the rule when I first researched it. And no, it shouldn't have been changed, right? You had to sell like at least 2,500 copies of anything before it even gets on their radar and they even care. And they would still have to be aware, correct? I mean, they have to know about it. Just saying. So that's my thing. Like, you know, when you're doing demo tapes, you use what you want. It's art. If you don't express your freedom through art, what's the point? What's the point of freedom if you're not going to exercise it? See me, I do that. I still be recording. I make demo tapes. You know, I do my thing, and I'm gonna get back to it too. But like I said, all I'm trying to ask the public, can I get a little help so y'all can get me a laptop? Get me a router with a Wi-Fi connection. These folks, like what? See what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You got to be fair in the game, man. Like, you know, these other folks, they getting Xbox after Xbox after Xbox provided, paid for, laptop after laptop after like the deficit in the finances is crazy. But it proves my point that I paid for everything myself. Feelings aren't facts. That's the biggest thing anyone could say. It's the same thing Steve was saying. Feelings aren't facts. Folks is in they feelings. And why? See, it's a compliment because they know what I'm capable of. They have a clue. They don't really know, but they have a clue what I can really do on a computer, which is a lot. I'm a genius. If I get a laptop, it opens up a lot of doors for me quickly. That's the thing. And I could be on there actually doing what I need to do. You know what I mean? Like real talk. It is crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy, bro. It's just like, you know, the other homie talking about this and that, using the same rhetoric, talking about things that I already left behind. I'll never have to work for anybody again. I can tell him that anytime. If I want, I could tell him anytime I want, like, yo, like, if you really want to help me, like, help me to get a laptop, bro. Because that's what I need right now. I need a laptop. I can fill out job applications all day on a laptop, but it won't be here. It'll be in Austin or other cities. And I'm not really trying to do my thing in Austin again because, like, for some reason, people keep talking and saying things that aren't true. And when I realize it's that vast of a network and I'm getting famous and my name is carrying and carries weight in Austin already in the street, my name ring bells for real because I'm a gangster. So when you take a dude like me that really is this active and get busy like me, like, it's more in my self-conducive interest to be smart, right? To lay low. That's what I do. I lay low, homie. I don't really do much talking. I'm not trying to make appearances. I run everything behind the scenes. That was my goal. Every goal that I created that I had for me, I've reached all of them in my life. That's why I'm truly proud. And that's all it is. Folks in their feelings because they don't have anything to be proud of, and they will never feel this feeling of actually being proud that I feel. I'm so proud of what I've accomplished. It's unreal. And like I said, everything is situational. I'm in this situation now, worked on this project for going on 3 years, 3-year anniversary coming up. And like I said, the minute I'm in any normal city or state up north, anywhere across the country, everything changes. The circumstances get easier. It's easier to get what I need. I'll be provided for, guaranteed. Like I'll have everything I need. Like I said, I don't understand what's taking folks so long on here. Like I said, like I'm at the point I don't care who it is because I've been good to everyone and folks ain't listening. You know, where's the respect? I don't care who it is. Like I said, any of these women out here, like what happened to the old days? They was all trying to holler at me and then everyone got in their feelings. Really, right? Because really everyone tried to stop me. They didn't try to help me. They tried to get in my way of my success. And what you have to understand is like I look at everything like what it is. See, I don't need stepping stones to my success. It sound cute to say that on audio like 50 Cent did because that's how he moved, using everything as a stepping stone. I don't need no stepping stone because I did all this myself. What I need is what I had back in the day. I truly do now. I've never been in this position, but I'm in this position now and it's okay and it's part of my walk. It's for a beautiful purpose. It's for something good. But my point is, I want that situation where people, where I had a woman that was sending me 50 to $100 pretty consistently all the time, saying, you know, do what you need to do. I don't, I'm not, I'm in a better position than I was back then. Do you understand that? Especially financially. That's what folks don't want to talk about. Like, I'm free to go. I'm good to go, bro. I just need money and fun. And that's what I'm saying. If somebody sent the money and said, yo, you know, here's a, you know, $500, go get yourself a laptop. I would still go to a pawn shop and try to find one that was super cheap. You know, if I had one that and they could show me it actually worked, I'd probably get the cheapest one. They got them sometimes for like $60 because I'm frugal like that. I know how to save money. And then I'd use the other money and invest it. You see what I'm saying? That's how I move. Like I'm responsible with my money, but you notice how folks are not donating or showing me any support. But yet the other people, they're getting Henny Ritas at the local bar. This is the actual truth of how hard it is in this world for a man. And this is why I defend and stand up for men and men's rights. I'm the man and I got the whole world in their feelings so much they won't donate me 1 red cent, 1 penny, right? But these, you know, other ones, the women and the so-called women, they're getting donations consistently so they can go buy 7 Henny Ritas at their local Chili's. And this is where you folks are sending and spending your money. You funded Dr. Umar Johnson to go to the club because he can't find a woman and can't, nobody's interested or pursuing him, right? And he can't get, he's got lady problems, women problems, clearly, right? And you know, and he's like Tone Space out here. He clearly can't afford basic necessities. You know what I mean? Like, and you funded this man with $500,000, I believe, if not more than that, for him saying he was going to build a school that they showed it and it never really got funded. It never ran. I mean, I don't know as far as it getting built. I don't know if the building was already there and may have been pre-built, but it wasn't running. I think it needed to be renovated and fixed and made operable so they could build the school. And he didn't use a dime of that money to do any of that. He was probably out splurging, which again, if you know law, that would be criminal. So, you know, that right there to me sounds like a huge lawsuit. And like, that's like federal Supreme Court charges, dude. So that's the thing. You got so much, you know, stuff going on online, and these people are trying to run from the crimes they've committed. And that's part of why, you know, whenever I'm talking, they know I'm speaking the truth. So of course they feel the way they do. Of course they're going to do and say whatever because they're trying to cover their tracks. They don't like that someone does what I do for a living and I bring the evidence forth on a public platform for everyone to hear. You think the feds, FBI, CIA ain't listening to me at this point? Oh, they are. I'm the meaning of accountability and justice. I'm reincarnated in this form to make sure that that order is restored here. So again, I still believe that that money is coming from a network. It's clear as day, not just of random people, but it's a network that's connected and tied to the corrupt government, which could be connected to these administrations. Because you see how the Trump administration move. It's all militaristic. And it's all for what? Fake power. They don't have any power. The moves you're making aren't even power moves because you wouldn't know the definition of power if I gave you a magazine called Power. Okay? They're powerless. Real talk. The government is powerless, bro. They've been shown that. They don't have any power. They're trying to take advantage of fake authority that's not there. And it just came out in the reading and download, actually, I think yesterday, about how all the corrupt officials and these corrupt leaders are being held accountable finally, and finally justice is here. And that's why you keep seeing all these federal indictments. It's every day. I mean, there's millions of them. I'm talking criminal charges, federal indictments all across the board. So of course these folks are losing it because they want to run from and can't deal with the karma from all the karmic debt they created from typing in my chat and doing everything they've done, right? From all the crimes they've committed, and they can't deal with the judgment that God is bringing that I just told you is here now. And that has nothing to do with me because I'm completely innocent. All I'm doing is living my life and doing the best I can and trying to get by and survive. So what are you talking about? See, I'm doing everything right. So if I'm doing everything right and I have the answers, what are you doing? Hell, I watched the video the other day of Brother Polite in that hotel. And it was hilarious. I saw him when he was in jail. When he came into jail, it's all on camera. It's on video. It's public. You understand? Like, yeah. And remember, Sinetta was on here talking, and Brother Polite, and they were talking about creating a debate with me. I don't want to be attached to your name. And like literally, they sat there and said Sinetta was talking about, yeah, we're gonna make you a star. Yeah, sure. How would you make me a star when I was already a star? I'm glad that didn't happen. That was divine protection right there. I don't want no connection to your name. I ain't never really spoken to them ever. Like, nah, that was just me trying to do what I do on here. You understand? Trying to, like get somewhere, you know what I mean? So, and like, yeah, it was their idea. They were the ones, oh, let's do a debate. And they were going to have a public debate between Polite and I. These people don't even want to talk about it. Rob Rack right now keeps mentioning Sinetta's name. So, he wants to, he wants to be a part of that, which kind of shows something's not right because I mean, Sinetta and Polite are, best friends, and you saw what happened with Polite, and you saw, the crimes that he committed. So why would you feel comfortable even speaking to Sinetta? See, that's number one. Okay. And then you can listen to someone's program and you see what they focus on and what they constantly talk about. So that's the thing. Like, no, I try to be nice to everybody, but you can see what Rob Rack's problems are because you can hear and listen to him for 5 seconds and hear what he constantly talks to, and he can't even help himself. I mean, the man says things that nobody would say. And it's all still public because he just leave the videos up. So I don't know what he's talking about. If he had to move hotels, that's probably why. If you moved hotels, you ain't moving for fun, like you said, or because you can. You're moving because you're running from something. And I think that's the only reason you're even trying to act like, your ego's not so hyperinflated right now and even entertain talking to me or anyone else, because I think you're scared. I think you're running from something. And I happen to always be right. I have a gift of intuition. And it's pretty clear to me what you're running from, because if anyone watches those videos, feds, FBI, CIA, any organization, those are all crimes. They're public crimes. Every time he has an outburst, it's just like having an outburst in a courtroom. Every time he has an outburst, it's documented on video. So, I mean, if they already have seen it, if it was brought to their attention in any way, shape, or form, and they're made aware of it, then that would make sense as to why he would be running. You know what I mean? So again, I mean, I think all this was funded. I think the Austin Metcalf situation was funded. And again, I don't care what no one says. I think it directly came from this corrupt government and these fake administrations. And they keep wanting to make labels. We don't need to use your labels. The people who made the labels are the ones who are doing all the crimes. So, I mean, why would we use the labels they create so they can try to hide behind the labels that they created and, put into society? I always said that they create these labels and dismissive terms. They're trying to use terminology and create negative rhetoric and rhetoric that they can hide behind. The thing that folks don't get is I just pay attention and I can read narcissism and narcissists and what they're doing crystal clear. I believe the Austin Metcalf situation was 100% funded. Yes. By corrupt administrations and the corrupt government. 100%. And then you noticed how much money did they raise immediately after for that Carmelo Anthony individual? How much? Over $250,000. I'm pretty sure they probably got like $1 million together. He showed up in court with a brand new suit, and it just didn't work out because I believe he still was sentenced and convicted for the crime. So that would be God. There is no justification. You was playing Billy Tough Guy. right? And there was no reason to, and you were at a track meet and you had no reason to do any of that. That's the reality. And we had a good dude, and Austin Metcalf seemed like a guy like me, a leader and a good dude. And again, it's our community, our people, our folks. Look at our community and what we constantly go through. You can't see what's happening. You can't see the targeting that's going on. I mean, are y'all serious? No, it's time for my folks and my people to stand up and be proud of who you are, right? Because that's something they don't teach and they don't have. Straight up. We're proud of who we are. It's time for us to stand up and be proud and realize we're stronger than everybody and do it ourselves. See, me, I see nothing but, souls. I see nothing but equality. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. But at the same time, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm all for my people, but I'm all for all people. See, I don't look at it like teams. I look at it as everybody is one. I want to bring unity. I'm just saying that's not my place. That's y'all's place to do that. It's your place to stand up as a group and represent and say, and I'll gladly do it with them, but not never on a stance other than I'm proud of who I am. That's what these other groups don't teach. They don't like folks being proud of who they are. You ever notice that? See, I'm not on no team or no side. I root for everyone. I want equality. I got love for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And I'm gonna always be like that because that's the only way to be. Seriously. So, I mean, like I said, Dr. Umar Johnson was funded with over $500,000, if not more than that. You know what I mean? To build a school that he never built. I mean, sounds criminal to me, number one. Same thing with Tommy Sotomayor. He accepted tons of money. Okay. Where did that money come from? It had to have come from a party or administration. See, they're doing all this in front of us, but you want to sit here and play coy and pretend you can't see what's happening. Then you noticed in Arizona, remember the corrupt officials were playing around like it was a game and joking around when they were supposed to be conducting an investigation. That's illegal right there. So that's crimes that corrupt officials committed. Accountability in God is real, brother. Again, this is a worldwide conspiracy that I've uncovered. What I would like to know is when folks are going to do their job, when they're going to quit making excuses, when they're going to quit saying, well, this is above my pay grade or above me caring about. When the matter at hand, it's like anything. You don't address the underlying issue. You address the root cause, or the underlying issues continue and get worse. So again, I mean, how can they get this kind of funding? But me, I'm just asking for a little bit of money. And then they're talking about how they're not supporting, how they're not donating. Listen, you don't have to, because God loves you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not asking you, I'm asking the public. You see, they hear me crystal clear and they know what it is. That's why they all in their job so much and taking shifts, and they're wasting their time with nonsense that's irrelevant. None of it even has a purpose or anything to do with what's going on. It's silly, man. That's the thing. Like, these folks don't know how to listen. They'll really keep telling themselves, yeah, there's a purpose to what I'm. No, there really isn't a purpose. Like, you're wasting your time. Brother, I showed up at that Taco Cabana in Austin, Texas, rolling in a Porsche with over $250,000, $300,000 in the bank, and folks was like, man, who are you? Like, they was like, yo, what's up? Like, how you doing? Like, like I've talked to all these people that work in these same places when I was driving in a Porsche. The same places I go to in the Valley, I used to pull up in a Porsche at. Used to stay in the hotels right next door in a Porsche. What are you talking about? I don't know what folks is talking about. See, that's the thing. Folks see your success. They see what you've accomplished, and they see your vision and what you're going to accomplish and what you're building. They just don't want to see it. They want to unsee that stuff. So when I'm asking for what I need, I'm going to continue. I'm proud. I'm in the position I'm in. The reason why I'm not getting support is because I won, because I'm righteous, because I won and I'm right with God, because I've done nothing wrong ever and everything I've done is right, because I have nothing on my conscience, nothing to worry about. I've made every right decision, and I've been nothing but completely innocent in all of this, and I'm just sitting here minding my business, helping people. I'm in a great position. Like I said, I'm not of this world, man. You can have that. Y'all can keep your money and do whatever. Like, all that money has bad karma attached to it. You could do all that, brother. I'm gonna keep asking. I'm gonna keep promoting me getting by and surviving and doing well. You can feel however you want. Come on, man. It ain't nothing for these people to donate, bro. It ain't nothing, bro. Like I said, I don't know what's up with folks. Like if you was halfway normal, all these folks, I could have. There was relationships that I almost got in just to try, just to be able to go somewhere and travel, just to have the experience that I almost tried with people, that wasn't even anywhere near my league, just because they were paying me and supporting me a little bit, just because they were showing, acting like, oh, I care. And then I realized at the end of the day, it was like desperation or whatever was going on with them. And it was like, that's the thing. Like when things just ain't right, it just ain't right. Like folks that I talk to, I got to be able to talk to you and feel good about the conversation. I've noticed them people, they got, they be repeating cycles and stuff. I can't be around that, man. See, I'm just a healthy adult. I like healthy environments. I like being around healthy people that know how to talk normally and just get somewhere and get things done. I'm just a normal dude. So see, that's the thing. I'm not behind in life like God told me. I'm not behind in anything. And my circumstances are great compared to any of you, first of all, and I built them all myself. Second of all, the fact that I haven't received any support, right? And nobody's paying me when I'm owed tons of money, millions of dollars, bro. I'm owed billions and trillions, bro. But the point is, I already made and spent more money than your entire government. I already made and spent more money than anyone who ever existed. I already done my thing and I'm just barely getting started. So folks can do what they want. That's fine. And I'm going to keep asking the public. The public is millions of people. This is a public platform. Anybody should be able to see this. I understand that I'm suppressed. I understand what's going on. I understand this is a Masonic platform and the Masons cut my checks. I'm who made it this way. Well, I didn't make it this way. They made it this way, but I was able to still capitalize off of it and turn the game around. That's the thing. I literally won at their own game and everything. What you got to understand about me is I'm like Jason Bourne. It's just the truth. I'm the literal real asset. Do you know what an asset is? I'm not talking about an asset like with liabilities and equity. I have all that. I'm talking about the asset. That's how they refer to it whenever you see those depictions. The asset. The asset means the guy who's pretty much unstoppable. The asset is the superhuman that's running around, doing his thing. I can't be stopped, bro. I'm really at that level. Like folks don't get, I don't gotta wear a bat suit. Just me by myself is almost realer and scarier because I know how to blend in. I know how to manipulate situations without trying. I'm an empath who can be a master manipulator when I want to be. You understand? Like you don't get it. Like when I'm moving around, traveling and walking around, it's power walking. I come through with power. And my power is standing up to all this evil. My power is not just standing up, but winning. So what do you mean? Come on, homie. It's just like he had to tell him. He said, "This is real, bro." He told him, "This is real. This is really happening." He said, "You need to listen." You know what I mean? Did you see how he would move? Did you see how he walked in that building? He immediately got an untraceable phone. They was like, "What's that phone? Where's that line? Who's he talking to?" You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you the truth. That's me. That's how I move. I move so under the radar. I'm so smooth. I could be right around and folks won't even know. I could be anywhere. So when I get money, folks have to understand you're talking about a real force of nature here. You're talking about like the real thing, an asset. And I'm the top asset in the world. I am literally the most powerful, strongest, quickest, best martial artist, all that. Trained to a level and degree that you don't even comprehend and can't understand. Okay, even in Green Bay, remember they was asking. They said, "Well, what are you going to do?" I said, I just told them. I said, "I can go anywhere." I said, I'm smart enough to make it anywhere, like no matter what, pretty much." And they said what they said, right? Which was yeah, like that they knew that, like yeah, that's the point. I'm pretty strong, bro. I mean, I'm not saying I always have the answers because I mean, some places it's just difficult, and if you don't have anywhere to go or nothing, yeah, it's going to be impossible regardless, no matter how smart you are. But my point is, pretty much 9 times out of 10, I find a way. I always do. Just like right now, I'm still trying to find a way. It's like traveling in pure darkness, but ain't that what bats do? Learning to see. That's what folks don't get. I learned to see without seeing. I learned to see without just vision. I learned to see. That's faith. I move off faith. That's what folks don't understand. Everything I do is off faith. So folks can feel anyway, but again, I mean, folks and people's job in the public is to pay me. I'm not in the conducive interest of having conversations with, you know, that aren't going to get me anywhere. Anything on the internet. I'm not an internet dude. I'm out here for real. Everything I'm doing is very real. These people know it. They see it. And like I said, we can all see what it is, man. I'm telling you what I need, man. Like I said, I should ask once and it should get done. Like, no, I need laptops. I need desktop computers. I need what is it? Wireless routers and a solid Wi-Fi connection that's paid for. I need all that, and I need it the way that I'm asking, which I mean need the money for it. You understand? I want to buy and purchase this myself. That's how I do. That's the only way I do things. See, whatever I say and ask for is, what it's going to be. I make the rules. So what are you talking about? Like that's what I need. I need money so I can get all this going and get my setup going so that I can be able to do what I need to do. You understand? It would help a lot, bro. It would help even to just at least have like a hotspot thing that I could take with me that's portable, right? So that I could constantly be on the link, but like where it's paid for constantly, where I don't got to worry about it. You understand what I'm saying? That way I constantly have access to it. Like if I had something like that, I wouldn't even have to pay for a phone bill because I would just turn on the Wi-Fi. I don't care about the phone. I don't need a phone. I need a Wi-Fi connection because I do this for a living. That's all I need. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if folks would do their part, right, and instead they want to waste their time talking and saying things that aren't true, if you would do your part, we could get ahead here. What are you talking about? Like, nah, you see my potential, you see what it is, and you know that I'm able to do anything I want to do. So that's power. Thank you. That's respect. That's love. Yeah, that's what that is. That's love. That's you a fan. You understand? You acknowledge my presence and my power. I love it. I'm just telling you the truth, man. I am the asset. People can say what they want, think what they want, tell themselves what they want. That's fine. I could care less because I'm gonna do what I'm doing regardless. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like I said, I am the asset. You know what I mean? So I could do anything I want. Like I'm telling you, that's real money on that camera. That's nothing. That was pocket change. That's why folks all know me in Austin because they know me in Austin because I ran every strip. What are you talking about? I ran the street. Are you serious? I went to Rainey and made all the money out there. I'm the king. I make a career talking about what I accomplished everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, you hear I'm the biggest deal there. Just like y'all was like, he the king of Lido. I was. He the king of Austin. Yes. He's the king of this, king of the valley. Yes. Everywhere I go, it's like this huge deal, right? I'm someone that's pretty powerful then, right? It was the same thing in North Carolina and South Carolina. And I wasn't even living in South Carolina. Folks knew who I was in Myrtle Beach. I was out there selling CDs. I've done my thing everywhere. I do all sorts of different stuff. I'm a jack of all trades. That's the thing. I don't focus on just one thing. Sometimes I want to get away from it and do something different. I like variety. That's all. That's why it's difficult for me right now. Like I wish I didn't have to keep on doing this training all the time because it's just becoming redundant. But at the same time, it's working. You get what I'm saying? You can see it working. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I just wish I had a change, I wish that I could, have a gym membership and like where it was right near me and I could just go to the gym. I wish that I could go, like eat fast food anytime I want. Like I wish that I could do basic stuff. It has nothing to do with anything other than that I'm rich. So what are you talking about? Yeah, I own a lot of equity, man. I'm in a better position. Sometimes when you get in a better position, it's harder to do things. What do you mean? Everything I've been through is because I shine and because I'm ahead of the game. So what are you talking about? So that's what they don't get. My focus ain't on None of that other stuff. I don't focus on the past, and my past was beautiful. I don't focus on anything you're talking about. I don't focus on what other people created and did. I don't focus on that. I focus on what I'm doing. I focus on building. I focus on building with God. God used all this to my benefit to make me stronger. He's going to continue to. I'm divinely protected, homie. Homie, what are you talking about? I do what I want to do. Like I said, if you can give over $500,000 to Dr. Umar Johnson, can't be serious, man. If you can give money to a dude like that, oh, I mean, where's the money, bro? Come on, man. All I'm asking for is a couple of things, man. Like I said, that's what I need. I need money so I can get all that. I need a router. I need a wireless connection, Wi-Fi. I need a laptop, and I want a desktop computer. That's just off top number one. That's just the beginning. Then we get into all the other stuff for the Batman project, which is a lot. You understand? So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I put everything together myself. You see me build everything myself. Like, it's all 100% real. You know? Like, you understand, I'm really going to be doing this for a living. Oh, I love what I do. I just wish the money was there. If the money was there, it'd be so, like, it'd be so fun, bro. It already is, but it'd be so much more fun. It'd be so much more fun. All I want to do is do this in a different area the right way. You know, I'm talking even if I didn't have a whole lot of money, if I just had enough, if I just had somebody say, you know what, bro, here's like 5, 10 G's, here's 25 grand, you know what I mean? So you can get started. That's nothing. So folks keep acting like that's a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, yeah, no, that's pretending, bro. You know what I mean? 30 G's to me ain't nothing, bro. For real. That's what I'm saying. Like, these folks know I'm the money maker. Like, I'm telling you, I made millions every year consecutively, bro. I'm the only self-made trillionaire ever existed. Money? Talking money with me? That's hilarious, bro. But see, I actually can get the bank receipts. I actually have the receipts. I actually can get the documents. No matter how hard they make it, they exist. You get what I'm saying? I mean, they can't delete them, bro. That's a crime. And like I said, that's what they said. So, okay. It just shows that, folks continue to commit crimes every day. Right? Because clearly there's an agenda to hide the truth and hide the truth of who I am, right? Which gives us the whole point of what it is. Like, I don't need to clear my name on anything. My name is good, but I'm, standing up for what's right. And I want to make sure that, people hear the truth. That's all. You know what I mean? People already know the truth, man. You know, I've succeeded. So I'm just saying, like, that's what I need. I just need a couple of things, man. I need a couple like that. I need that. And, you know what I mean? That would open the doors, and I need money to do this and go to other cities and states. Like, that's not asking for that much, bro. It don't even take that much money to put that together. So that's my deal. Outside of that, it is what it is, man. What y'all talking about is, it's irrelevant. Doesn't even exist. Doesn't even enter the equation. All right. So, like I said, we're going to keep on moving forward and doing what we do regardless. My job is to be the asset. My job is to keep working and honing my craft and getting better and better and stronger and quicker and better at martial arts and better at everything that you see I'm the professional and the expert at, right? And continue to work on what I'm doing and continue to get smarter and do research and build. That's the way I look at everything every day, is like I'm the asset, because I truly am. I'm literally the top asset in the world. Do you understand that? They should all be trying to recruit me. I have gifts that are worth trillions of dollars. Where's my offers? Where's the money? Like, I don't even understand how it should be self-explanatory. Like, that's what folks do. They'll still sit there right in front of me talking about, well, yeah, you'll have to get a degree. No, I don't. I'll never need a degree because I'm the best. See, when you really prove that you're the best and you're superior and you're the best in the world, and no one, military, Marines, no one can hold a candle to me. When you're the best and I'm really living this, and I've been through what I've been through and accomplished what I've accomplished, I don't ever have to go to college. I don't ever have to fill out a job application. That's what you don't get, because you're not thinking, because you don't process basic reality. I'm the asset. It's like Jason Bourne. You think that folks wouldn't want to recruit him? You can't be serious, bro. You got to be crazy, bro. If you were Jason Bourne, do you think he's running around filling out job applications? That's funny, right? You see, it's different. When you in that position like me, you fill out job applications for what? So that you can hide because there's a lot going on. Not because you're scared, because sometimes he had to hide, did he not? Yeah, facts. That's what people don't get. I do things so that I can move around the way I need to. I don't like I would never be in a position where I have to fill out a job application. That's the silliest thing I ever heard. That's what I'm saying. Folks don't know who they talking to. It's crazy to me how it's a public platform and you still got a whole world in reality that thinks it's an option or doesn't understand who they're talking to. I'm the asset. I'm the story. This is about me and my vindication and my justice. You understand? Nothing else. I want what's mine and I want my money. You understand? See, that's the thing, bro. Like all that internet stuff doesn't even have a part of this. It's not a part of my story, never was. None of it. My story is beautiful. Okay? My story is, untouched. It's pristine. Beautiful. And that's what most of that is. Folks that aren't a part of my story that wish that they could be because they a super fan. Again, we offer the Batman Obsessed membership here. You can purchase it. Ah, it's too funny. For real. So yeah, like I said, I'll talk to y'all later, man. Like I said, the only reason I ever, went on YouTube was to have fun and like I said, to hone my craft. I told you that day one. Like half the people I watch, I used to be in them sectors and watch that stuff to keep me on point because I was moving around in the street and I'm a street dude. You understand what I'm saying? So like I'm everything. I'm anything I want to be. I can do anything I want to do. So like I said, like that's what I'm venturing out on. I want to build a restaurant. I just don't want to do it in the valley. Nothing that I want to do is in the valley right now. Everything I want to do is in other places. But I'm tired of having to do it all by myself. And I don't want to have to move around at a street level and struggle and be out walking all night when I don't need to do that because I'm not in that position. No, y'all just all have a support system and you're sitting here and you got more than enough and you're not willing to share. And then you wonder why it's judgment time, karma time, and God keeps delivering karma on a silver platter. All these folks, all of them, they act fake nice. All of them ain't done a thing for me. The little stuff, the fake stuff, that's nothing. What does that have to do with just like, taking someone in and being, having them be a part of your family for real, like really accepting someone saying, like, taking the time to talk and understand my actual circumstances. Like, bro, I've been there for everyone. I've done everything for everyone. These folks ain't done nothing for me. Nobody helped me and nobody helped me consistent, bro. I got things to do. I got to get things done. I got 7 bikes in inventory I got to get fixed. You know what I mean? It's not time to wait and sit around. It's time for someone to put up some capital, man. And I keep saying this, and every day that Cash App is empty. The Venmo, the PayPal, I ain't seeing a dime being sent to me. What is going on, man? You understand? Like, come on, bro. So for me, there's nothing I can do till then but keep having fun and creating and doing what I'm doing. I'm just out here enjoying myself. It's a vacation for me. Until I get my money, there's nothing I can do. I'm not making any moves. You're getting a response and answer right now because it ain't a response because nobody can say nothing to me. I'm not doing nothing until I get my money. I can't do anything till I get my money. We're waiting patiently. That's what all this is, a waiting process. It's training camp, training grounds. Feel me? The minute I get the money, oh goody. I can't wait. I can't wait. And guess what? I won't be focused on no internet stuff. No. People can say what they want. People can do what they want. That's fine. It's the internet. See, that's that you don't get. I'm such a serious, real dude, and I'm a real gangster. Like, I don't entertain internet stuff, bro. Internet is the internet. If I grace folks with my presence and I'm nice enough to spend time with you, be grateful and be happy about that. If I stop in your city to eat breakfast with you, then that's a privilege. See, folks is trying to talk like they me and I'm them now. That don't make no sense because you ain't in my position. See, I just don't have time for it. You know what I mean? I'm mature. I'm a grown adult. I'm a grown man, and I act like one. You know what I mean? So what's up, man? You know, the obvious is obvious, man. The obvious is understood, man. It don't even need to be said. Feel me? We're gonna move forward. Like I said, that's what I need. I need money. I need everyone to donate and contribute and give me the funds so I can do what I need to do. Basically, all I need. I need thousands of dollars so I can have travel money, right? If I could, enough money for hotel expenses, for the bus tickets, right? That's really it. Hotel expenses, bus tickets, maybe, for clothes along the way, because I like getting new stuff no matter what I got. I use all new stuff all the time. People know that. I used to buy tank tops, a new package every week. In Austin, I was buying new tank tops constantly. I don't even hold on to stuff. I get all new stuff. So you could tell I make money. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Folks want to talk about money, bro. I'm a grown man. I made and spent more money than everyone. Like, what? So yeah, like I said, grown man business over here. Like I said, I want to get thousands of dollars for the hotel cost, for the bus travel tickets, for the bus tickets, and then like I said, what would be nice is enough to fix up the 7 bikes in inventory, and enough to see about getting the bat cycle fixed somehow somewhere, right? But that's extra stuff. I could do that all later. You know what I mean? Really, just enough where I could get me a new bike, which is irrelevant to what I'm doing anyway, because I'm going to be traveling. But my point is, like, stuff like that, just enough where if I need an electric bike, I go buy one. Or if I want to do that and then have a side project, like I could be moving around in hotels and do that as a side project. I could buy a bicycle and then try to order the engine and try to build and get like the electric engine to create like my own bat pods. And I could be working on that project every day. That's fun for me. See, that's how I want to be. That's how I want to live. That's the level I'm trying to get to. I just want to get where I have freedom to do what I want. Like, I have freedom completely, but where I have the money to do what I want, the financial freedom. You know what I mean? And when you got folks and they feelings because I want good things for myself, that's hilarious. That's crazy. Like, it ain't nowhere I haven't been before. You know what I mean? Like I said, the ego, you got to let go of your ego, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good on all that, bro. I don't operate from my ego. That's why I'm limited. So again, for me, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I could be traveling around in hotels and get me one electric bicycle and or a motorcycle. Get a motorcycle, park the motorcycle outside, pull up at the hotel, right? Have everything running, get everything right. And then I could start purchasing bicycles while I'm in the hotels, get the bicycles, get the engines, start like trying to figure out how to get them where they're running electric bicycles. You know what I mean? Or better yet, get me a vehicle. That way I have somewhere to put them. I could do this while I'm moving around mobily. Do you understand? I could go to every city, and if I had money, I can go buy me a different bike. That's the stuff I'm going to be doing when I get money. I'm going to be going through Arizona and going to different hotels and saying, yo, let's go to the bike store today and get me a real nice bike that I can build into a bat pod. You understand how high scale what I'm doing is? Like, that all them skills would never have been learned if it wasn't for this period of stagnation. And I wasn't ever stagnated because I've been building this business and making money the entire time. Well, I made plenty of money this entire time. What are you talking about? Because I'm a boss. I don't do a lot of talking. We don't talk about it. We just get things done. See, that's the thing. Folks want to brag. I'm not that type of dude. I'm humble. So yeah, you don't get things so you can do that and talk. You get things so you can enjoy them. That's what I did. I'm real quiet. I stay to myself. I'm humble. But that's how I'm going to be traveling. Real talk. I'll be getting motorcycles, electric bikes, finding somewhere to put them and all that while I'm on the road moving around. And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm going to get everything rolling. And that's what I would do. I would go to different cities. Like, let's say I show up in Phoenix, Arizona. You already know they got electric bikes. I go get me an electric bike and then get me a regular bike and be like, let me order the electric bicycle kits or whatever. Let me see if I can really figure this out, or find someone who knows, or a bike shop. I'd probably talk to the bike shop and say, I want to sit with you all day if I have to while you build this. I want you to show me and teach me how to do it myself, like right there. That way, maybe I could learn from them, or they might. I'm so good dealing with people, talking to people. They'd probably tell me, yo, if you want, the next one after this, just come in and we'll build it together, and you can start, and I'll guide you through it and see if you can do it yourself. Like, that's what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, just like the story with Jesus and the loaf of bread and the fish, are you understanding how big this can be? I'm not trying to do it to build a business. I could, but that's not really what I want to do because of liability issues with scooters and bikes. I don't want to be a part of that. But my point is this: I want to do it so that I can always build a bat pod anywhere I'm at. See, this is about the skill set. It's not about money right now. God will give me the money. I'm not even worried about that. I never worried about money. So this is why I speak for me. See? Other folks, they speak for themselves. Whatever you want, that's what you want. Is it working out for you? If everything working out for me, last I checked, honey. Exactly. Like I said, it's hilarious, man. So I'm gonna say it again, man. You know what I mean? I don't do a lot of talking. Like I said, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So like, yeah, nah. And then like I said, when I'm in traveling in them hotels and I'm moving through Phoenix, I could probably find me a spot to relax in Phoenix, like a nice spot. Get somewhere with like a fountain and a swimming pool, maybe a jacuzzi, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I'm telling you, that's what I'll do. I'll go get the bikes. I'll learn, have someone teach me. Like, it ain't nothing, bro. I can have somebody. I know somebody will teach me that stuff. Even if they're just like, if you want to watch and try to learn that way, that's fine. Like, I'll ask them what they're doing while they're doing it. Like, it can't be that difficult. It's hard, but it ain't that difficult. And like, I want to learn how to work on bikes. It starts with bikes. See, for me, it doesn't start with motorcycles. That's what folks don't get. It starts with bikes. A bat pod is like a bike. It's like a suspension system, like a bike that you build. So I could get to the point where I could get so good with it and get the proper tools that I need that I could take a bicycle and use the bike parts to build a bat pod. That's what I'm trying to learn. Nothing else. Not to build a company, nothing like that. For me to be able to know I can always get anything built and literally rig it into a bat pod. That's a serious skill. So serious, in fact, that nobody in the world knows how to do it. Nobody. Don't sit here and pretend. No, nobody in the world know how to build bat pods out of bicycles, brother. See the difference now? And then after I learn how to do that, then when I get the money, we do the metal shaping course and I learn how to build the infrastructures and suspension systems and the builds for cars. Then I create my own Batmobiles and my own, line of vehicles. Furthermore than that, then I can build tumblers and build my own tanks and figure out the paneling that's stronger than aircraft paneling or use aircraft paneling, and I can use jet engines. So you work your way up. This is why I'm teaching myself mechanical engineering. So while folks is wasting their time, there might be folks that are in aviation school. They have beautiful aviation schools in Nevada, in Arizona. Do you think I want to fly? No, hell no. I've thought about it. I've really considered it. I can't do it. I've been through too much physically. I have anxiety. It's not my thing. Not trying to leave the ground. I'm good on the ground. I can handle almost anything on the ground. I've been through tons of stuff on the ground, but once you get me in the air, not my thing. The way that I want to fly is with a cape. That I'll do. That I'll really do. I want to fly as me. Where I'm in control more and I know what I'm dealing with and what I'm using to do it. I'm not trying to get in no planes, bro. And I don't know if that's going to be a part of this later, but it would be like my own private like helicopter bat thingy that would fly around. It'll be different and it'd be a lot more powerful, I'm sure, and it would have steadfast and ways to protect me, and I'd have a parachute. You best believe that. Not one parachute. I'll have like a million contraptions to make sure if anything happens, I can try to get out of here and be okay. That's one of my biggest fears, honestly. Not my thing. Not a fan of flying. Not at all. So, for me, and that's what I'm saying, like God chose me to do this, and like he told me you're gonna fly. I don't know what that means, but I tend to figure, see, that's the thing. Like, if it's me, it's still kind of different to me. It'd be scary as hell. I don't like heights, but like, I feel more comfortable when I'm doing something myself because I can test the limits of it gradually. So that's what folks don't get. I'm limitless. I'm working on getting and pushing past any limitations that I thought was there. And I do that myself. It doesn't have anything to do with flying. It has to do with me being in control of what I'm building and being able to really God in control, but me being able to work up the levels of what I'm doing in the parameters. You see the point? What I'm working towards is totally different and a different goal than anyone in the world. You understand? We're not anywhere near the same. None of us. There's nobody even slightly close to me. I'm on a whole different level and playing field. I'm playing a totally different game. Okay? The martial arts, like I said, I move so fast, I teleport. I know folks are already saying that. Like, they already saying, like, how is he that quick? Like, I'm doing things people have never seen before. My hands really move faster than the human eye can see. This is just facts. I'm limitless, dude. Batman is limitless. Real talk. And that's what I want to learn. That's the biggest deal for me because that's power. Do you understand? Because I already created where I make my own budget. And I know there's going to be offers coming in the future and God's going to give me the money, right? So that was the first component. The martial arts was the other component. The calisthenics was the other component. I got like 457 world records. We way past that point, bro. I'm a boss. So I just keep excelling through everything so quickly that's what I'm saying. If folks were saying something, you would have to say something true. You want to talk about money? Money is besides the point because I've transcended money. I don't need money to do what I'm doing because my intellect and genius is so strong that I build it without the money. Oh, now do you want to talk about money? Now do you want to have this conversation? See the point? I transcended money, bro. I manifest millions of dollars, bro. Money doesn't exist in my world. It means nothing. Do you understand that? When you have power, you don't need money, bro. See, that's the point. No, I don't need it. I want it. I never need money. I want it. See, I want money. I just say need because that's me talking. See, these folks take everything literal. That's how you can tell what it is. Well, no, I'll say it again. I need money so I can create all this and bring it all to fruition, and I'm not far away. My point is, if I get to that point, I'm talking about besides the motorcycle, besides all the other stuff, if I could just get to the point where I learn how to take bicycles and get electric bike kits on them, bicycle kits on them, electric bicycle kits, and get them running, okay? And I could figure out gas engines as well. I just would rather deal with electric than gas, clearly, because I care about my health. And I'm sure it's like right next to you, and I don't know how that works. And I've been in positions like that with cars, and it's just not my thing. I don't like it. I've already been through too much with that, way too much for years because I had to. I didn't have any other vehicle to drive, right? And the mechanics were, in their feelings, and it was jellyfish, the same thing, which also is going to be money they got to pay me in court too because of all that, because of what I went through behind that. But my point is this: I can get to the point where I can take bicycles and get them kits on there. That's just the beginning. And then I can build and customize bat pods. You understand? I can get the arm sleeves going, made out of real material that's proofed, protective. That's why his arms are protected when he's riding it. I can create the angles, the leverage. I got to learn how gears work, all this. This is why I'm trying to teach myself mechanical engineering. This is going to take a while. It might take me years, but if I get the money, it won't take me long at all. That's why I'm asking. No, I need help, financial help. I need financial support, financial backing. I have the knowledge and the tools and the ability and the ambition and charisma and everything to do it. I just need the money. But my point is, it's not going to take that much. Once I get moving and I get some dough, that's the first thing I got my eyes set on. Like when I go to Austin, I could do that. I'll stop by the bike shops. I'll tell them, look, this is what I want to learn. I need you to please teach me. And they're going to be like, well, I can't build bat pods. I'm going to be like, I understand that. You're not at that level yet. And I mean, nobody is, respectfully, so I'm just making a joke. But my point is, I'd be like, that's fine. But can you put an electric bicycle kit on? They'll be like, yeah, I think so. Probably, sure. Okay, cool. Can you do this for me? And I want to watch you do it. And can you teach me how to do it? Sure. Right. And then if I learn how to do that, do you know how scary this gets? You have a Batman, right, that can take any bicycle in the world and get the electric bike kit, order it, get it on there installed anywhere I'm at while I'm on the move. Even if I'm in the middle of stuff, I can go into my hideout in my lair and do a bat cave and build this stuff. So when I come back on the street, I'm running full force. I'm talking about I can rig and get these things where they're fast as hell. Like, I'm talking like the way it was depicted. I can put anything I want on it customized. You saw the depiction. I'm a game master. I'm working my way up through the levels intellectually, knowledge base wise, learning how to do all this stuff. I have to learn all that too. The systems that he had on the bat pod, I have to learn that. You realize that, right? Because it may be a part of it. There may not be a choice. Can you imagine the level I'm on already? Imagine the level I'll be on. I just need the money. So why would you have a public that wouldn't want to contribute and donate and support that? But they have all these evil projects getting funded. You didn't have no problem funding the Austin Metcalf situation because this evil government did it. You didn't have any problem funding all this stuff that's going on in Minnesota because you did. Come on, man. I keep hearing about this and that. This is what it is. What it is completely unfair. We haven't been given a dime, and these folks are playing with millions of dollars that doesn't even come from them and ain't their money. It's just a bunch of evil folks getting together. This is so unfair and one-sided, it's unreal. So whenever this wealth transfer happens, it needs to be equally unfair. And I'm not complaining. I don't care because I know it's unfair. That's what folks don't get. People keep acting like what anybody's doing is real. It's not real. That's why you see the court system stepping in and they're going to apply the law in all these situations. So when these people take advantage of their fake so-called authority, that's a big major mistake. Because God is going to hold you accountable for the crimes you committed and everything that y'all done. You understand? These people, we all know what they did, you know, considering towards our country and real Americans. Come on, man. So everything I'm talking about matters, and I'm the leading force in this game and leading voice. I'm the general between good and evil. I'm the general. So I've been through everything. I got the stripes. I got the badges. I got it all. I'm going to say this again, man. My purpose right now is to get to the point to start. I want to be able to build tumblers and tanks with paneling and everything and gears and where it's shifting just like you see it myself. Like I'm a madman with this stuff. You understand? People don't get, I can really do this. I know I can because I've done a lot of things in life and I realize that anything is possible with God. So we know, you know, what I can do in the street because I've proven myself beyond, you know, beyond comprehension. We know that I can do all this. We know I got the martial arts on law. We know I got the calisthenics. So you see, that's why I really wish I didn't have to keep doing it, but I kind of have to maintain. But I'm really geared in a completely different direction now. Does that make sense? Because I'm evolving. I've made so much progress so quickly, it's unreal. Nobody's ever done what I'm doing. I'm building an empire, a real empire. I have the infrastructure. I'm talking about buildings worth billions of dollars. I have everything set up. I just need the money. And I can move around and do what I need to do. And I can go out on missions at night or during the day or whatever and do the real thing. And I can stop anything I want. That's the kind of power I have. See, it's not easy. It's about turning pain to power. There's going to be a lot of stuff that happens and things I run into and obstacles and impossible things and challenges. That's what I signed up for and what I want. See, I like that stuff because I'm bad. See, I'm different. I'm different than all these human beings. We're not the same. That's why they all obsess because they know I'm different. I'm not like you. You know what I mean? Not of this world. So I'm going to say it again. The point is, if I can get where I can get bikes and I can build them and take them apart and put them back together, that's what I'm trying to learn, right? And then I want to go into everything else, learning how to do that with everything else, common sense, right? So if I can do that and I can just get where I can get bikes and get any bike I want and learn how to get an electric bicycle kit engine on it, right? Doesn't sound very difficult, but it kind of comprises more than that because I want to get where I can be able to take them apart and build. I want to be able to build them. Does that make sense? Like to the point where I could order parts and build an entire bike. Like here's all the parts to a bike, build it. And I could do it and take it apart and put it back together. Does that make sense? I'm smart enough to learn how to do it, but I need to be shown. The only way I learn is visually. So I need someone who knows how to do it. That comes with the money. And at that point with the money, it'll be easy because somebody will do it. At least to show me the electric bicycle kit to start. You get what I'm saying? So that's my point. If I get to that point, you're talking about I could go to any city and state and I go to a hotel, I go wherever, I move under the radar, anything. I could walk in a shelter, bro. Like I'm trying to tell you, explain to you, like I keep trying to teach y'all about real power. I could walk in a shelter, any shelter across this country, and folks don't know who I am or what I do for a career. They don't know if I got money or not. My point is, I could run this Batman operation from anywhere in the country and be under the radar, and folks are not going to know who I am necessarily. And if they do, they do. They're not going to care. They're going to look at it like what it is. Oh, you need help right now? No problem. They're not going to be in my business like that. So that's my point. That's the position I'm trying to get to. See, y'all have different goals. Y'all just want money and this and that. That doesn't do anything but bring more problems. Been there, done that, still have it. All it is problems. I'm not worried about that. I want to get to the point where I can literally like be in a shelter and be in hotels and whatever, traveling and moving around, doing whatever I want and using the resources that are available to me in these different parts and communities 100% and utilizing it and running this Batman project. Do you know how powerful of a dude I already am, but I'll be at that point if I can take bicycles? I'm talking about just get a bicycle. Yeah, I'm out there. I could probably hustle and get bikes from all sorts of folks. Say, yo, how much you want for that bike? Do you understand that in shelters and these places where there's like a lot of homeless individuals, you do understand it's easier to get things, right? Like if you need a bike, you need a change, you need I'm talking about jewelry, you need shoes. They have all that stuff, and I'm talking about nice stuff for cheap because they need money. So I walk up to dude, let's say he's got a good bike or something, or even just any bike. Could be something that's not even that great. It don't matter because once I put the electric bike kit on it, now it's a bat pod. You know how powerful I'll have become at that point? That's what I'm saying. Y'all will never know where I'm at, what I'm doing. You won't know what shelter I'm in. You won't have a clue where I'm moving. I could be in a hotel the next day, anywhere I want. I could have an apartment the next day, paid for. I want anonymity. I want to become invisible. You understand? I'm after something different than other people or have ever even comprehended or even thought about or considered because they can't do what I do. They're not me. I did this for years already, just not at that level. Right? Well, at that really at a higher level, but my point is not doing that exactly. So I'm gonna say it again. That's my goal. If I can get to the point where I can do that and I can build these bicycles and make them like little bat pods and like get like the electric bike kits, but where like get them where they're super fast, I can do it. I can operate fully and run the Batman project in any city or state across the country, and you won't have a clue where I'm even at, where I'm operating from, nothing. And then I have time to rest, sleep, take notes in my journal, keep studying, and folks won't even know who I am. I'm telling you, I'm just saying the truth. Isn't that amazing? Like I could be in a shelter and folks would be talking to me like I'm just, whoever, a regular dude, and won't even know that I'm really this guy. This is what I do for a living. And it'd be perfect because I can see what's going on and study and figure out if there's corruption going on or if the law is being broken or whatever. Because again, my stand against crime and corruption is real. So I can stand up for what's right while I'm there and help people. That's what I'm here to do. Anywhere I'm at, I'm put there to help people. Okay? So you got to understand what I'm saying. That's my goal right now. You know? If anybody knows how to do it, holla at me. But like I said, I just need money. I need to be in the right environment to do this. That's what I need, a new environment. 100%. Says God is going to give it to me like right around the corner. I need it now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get going, bro. You know what I mean? And that's my thing. Like once I get that, once I'm able to do it, bro, that's all I got to do, man. And it may not even take long. I could get money. The money could come tomorrow. I could get millions of dollars, get the money. Do you understand how excited I would be? That'd be the first thing I do. I'd go straight to Austin and really I would try to go probably tour to Arizona. I'd go to Arizona and specifically for that. I know they got electric bike stores out there and scooter stores. And I talk to them and be like, look, I need help with this. Do you know anyone or do you know how to do this? And all they got to do is show it to me, teach it to me. I figure it out. I don't care if I got to get a hotel for weeks, for months there, whatever, and stay there and learn that stuff. Okay. Bro, you're talking about That's power on a whole nother level, man. That means I can go, then I can go to any, so if I want to go operate in Sacramento, I want to go to Redwood City, pull up in Redwood City. I don't even need a motorcycle because I could just grab me a bicycle, get the electric bike kit ordered, get it put on there, right? Get it where it's fast as hell, super quick. Okay. I'm talking about so quick that I'll never be caught ever. Nothing will catch up to me. I'm talking about that kind of fast. See, I'm a genius. I'm the real deal. So you get it moving that fast, right? Where you don't have to go that fast, but just knowing that it can, there's nothing that can stop me. Nothing can even catch up to me. Nothing. And have it where it's off-roading, where it can travel through fields and stuff, and I can replace tires and put different tires with different tread on it. Are you starting to get the point? That's how you work up to the bat pod, and then you get thicker tires, which then you're getting away from a bike. You're getting more towards the motorcycle element. That's why I have to learn mechanical engineering. I have to learn gears, shifting, all that, push, pull, everything, torque, all that. You see what I'm saying? So the starting point, though, that's going to be the biggest milestone for me personally is to get where I can put the electric bike kits on the bicycles myself. Just that. And then learn how to take them apart and work with them more and how the chains really work and how to do it all myself, right? So really it's there's a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not an easy thing, but my point is that's why you need like a garage at some point. I need a place to work. You know what I mean? But my point is, boy, I get that started. You talking about I wouldn't even need motorcycles. I could get them ready to go, get them built myself, get them going, and real quick, just put them together. Be staying in a hotel and just park it right there in my room. Have the bicycle with the electric bike kit on it, and then it becomes nighttime. Whatever. I go out on my mission, turn it on, rev it up, get going. You understand? It ain't even revving up because it's electric. You just turn it on and start flying. You get what I'm saying? Then I can go anywhere I want in the city. I go on patrolling and doing what I need to do and being the enforcer and enforcer of divine law. Yeah, on a bike, but like a souped up bike. You see what I'm saying? A bike that's fast as hell, something you've never seen before. You understand? And that's the thing. Like, that's how it needs to happen. That's how it needs to be developed. It takes time. We're in no rush. No, I'm not rushing. I'm a little impatient, but it's not so much impatience. It's just that I'm ready to do this. It's eagerness. It's not I'm impatient. It's not anything like that. It's just I'm eager. I'm ready to do it. I'm excited. Anticipation. You know. So, you know, I don't know what to tell folks, man. That's some powerful stuff, bro. That, like I said, I could be in a shelter. You wouldn't even have a clue where I'm at or what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Playing it low key, eating sandwiches, and then, like I said, like take nights where I just go out and do what I need to do instead, and then come back during the day or go get a hotel. You understand what I'm saying? Or do it during the day. Like usually they let you out during the day, right? I could go do what I'm doing, do my missions during the day, and come back. I'll probably be tired as hell, and they'd be like, "Man, what do you do all day?" Oh, nothing. Same thing you're doing, looking for work. And see, that's why these folks are so worried and concerned, right? Because they know I already made it. They know I already built the entire infrastructure and everything. Like, that's the thing. Everything you ever did nothing but help me. God used everything my enemies had. It backfired and used it for my good. So that's my point. Like, bro, it's gonna be amazing, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I could be right there in the shelter eating sandwiches. They usually give you sandwiches. I'm joking around, but I'm being serious. Kind of like my point is, I could be right there eating, doing what I want, chilling. And like I said, they let you out during the day, usually early. They wake you up like 6 in the morning, right? So you get up 5, 6 in the morning, right? You ready to go? You ready to start the day? And what do you know? Like, you know what I mean? Go out. Like, I could park the bike right there. Well, not really, because it had the electric kit on it already, and I don't want that, any issues with that. But like, I'd find somewhere to put it. If I had the money, I'd just put it in a storage or something, or I'd ask them, "You got somewhere I could park this?" They'd let me. They're gonna help you out. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. And like, my fame will keep growing. Like, people will be watching. Like, that's the only thing. Like, I have to keep my locations disclosed and what I'm doing and be about my business. I'm about to fall off the grid. I'm telling you right now. God already told me He's gonna move me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna fall off the grid. Y'all folks are gonna be like, where the hell did he go? Like, well, where is he? You're never gonna know where I'm at. I'm gonna be popping up in different. Like I could be in Texas one day and New York the next, then North Carolina, then Arizona. Like y'all are gonna be like, dude, he's playing with us now. It's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll show up in Kansas City, and I won't be making beats on a xylophone. Show up in Sacramento, Sacramento. Yeah, homie. Right? Show up in Benton Harbor, Michigan. Show up in DeKalb, Illinois. Show up in Redwood City. Show up in West Palm Beach. Right? Yeah. Y'all know I know everything, right? They don't get, they think they study me. Boy, I study everything. I study behavior patterns there. I know everything about you criminals. I know everything about you. So that's the point. Batman will just show up and go to work on these blocks. You understand? So my point is like you're about to see something I believe that the world's never even seen before. So that's my point. Like, bro, I get that going. I'm just saying it makes me a lot more powerful because then I don't need to even spend a whole wallop of money. I don't have to get a motorcycle. I don't have to get an electric bicycle. I'm going to get them because I'm going to need a motorcycle. But my point is, I'll get where I can, work on these blocks and work in these cities with a bicycle. I'm going to want a motorcycle because you're going to want something that's faster and more durable and bigger that you can really get on and get away and move around depending on what's happening, right? You got to have the right equipment. God's going to provide it. But I'm saying either way, just to know how to do that is super powerful because I'm talking about I want to get a bike that can travel and fix the tires in the tread and start getting where I'm changing and moving tires and I know what I'm doing with tires just to start like even thicker tires and stuff but moving fast as hell that way I can learn how to get it where it can travel through fields and stuff that way when I'm going on missions if I run into any trouble or wherever I'm at whatever I'm doing I'm moving under the bridges like you see me doing I'm traveling through fields. I'm going through places, whatever, wherever. I don't care. I don't care whether I'm supposed to be there or not. I'm going through whatever I need to do to get where I'm going because I got a job to do. Like people don't get, I'm real. Like you call it crazy, call it what you want. I want to get where I can take this bat pod, like bicycle. And you know how the sides of the canals, the canals have water, but they have concrete that's angled. Understand? That's how a canal is built. I want to get where it'll drive on the side of the canal if I had to. Like you call it crazy if you want. I'm crazy. I'm trying to figure out how to operate on a level where I'm unstoppable, where I can go underneath if I need to, where it can travel on the water and stuff like that. Like, are you not getting the point? Because when you got to get out of Dodge, you got to just get out of Dodge. I go on a mission, whatever happens, my objective is to get out of there as quick as possible. Nothing else. You understand? And get the hell away and out of Dodge. And then, like I said, pick up and leave to the next city. You understand how gangsta I'm about to be moving? That's what I'm going to be doing, going on actual missions and then fleeing and leaving the city. Yes. Yeah. It ain't nothing new or ain't nothing I ain't done before, boy. Now, these folks don't get it. This one here is real, bro. Like, real talk, bro. There may be some high-speed chases, all sorts of stuff. It ain't nothing I ain't done before, homie. Yeah. You vastly underestimate me, homie. Not just once, I've done it about 28 times. Folks are hilarious, man. That's when I tell them, I'm like, I defeated the cartel. Oh, you did? Oh, there's no way. Oh, okay. So all that stuff that I went through didn't happen, bro. Come on, man. People know, bro. You was funny, man. Hilarious, bro. So like I said, that's my deal. Like, nah, I'm gonna be on point. And my point is if I can get where I can build those and build like that and I got money, boy, Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. You could take a bike like that moved that fast. I could zip over, get me to a local diner or something, and call me a lift. I could do whatever I need to do to get out of Dodge. I could park it. I could be like, oh, there's a bike lot. Park it there for now. Might be able to even get where I have something like they sell one that you can detach. I might be able to get one that makes it electric just by putting it on, and then I can just take it off, take the lift, and get out of Dodge and come back in the morning. I'm a beast with it, homie. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be doing stuff the world's never even thought of or seen before. People gonna be like, dude, this dude's really a genius. Like, yeah, like I know what I'm doing, bro. I'm telling you, I operate on a different level than you, and that's what I mean. Like me with a pocket full of cash and brokerage and bank accounts with tons of money. Oh my goodness, bro, you have no idea the kind of power I have now. Why? Because of all the money I made and spent, because of the life experience I have. You understand? Because it's all real. You feel me? Because that's the only way that you learn. You feel me? Other than that, if you ain't learning, I mean, what is you gonna learn? You feel me? You know what I mean? Hold up. So yeah, man, I don't know what to tell y'all, man, but I know that, I know that y'all got a lot to learn. I'll say that much. Y'all got a lot to learn, bro. Y'all got a long way to go to play catch up, man. Like I said, billions in equity, mansion estate, over 2,000 jewelry, 530 in my wrist, got you pissed. Mineral rights, all royalties. My own car lot, I pay over $100 for it every month. I got a portion there parked, paid $25,000 for 25 racks. It ain't nothing. And like I said, I'm just barely getting started. You understand? Don't be worried about what I already got. That's in the past. We ain't worried about that. See, that's the thing. I don't hold on to nothing. I ain't worried about none of that. All my stuff is solidified, secured, good. My assets are protected because that's what they taught me early. I ain't even worried about that. We moving forward. See, that's why I don't conversate with people on here, because they all worried about the past, stuck in the past. They don't know how to move forward. You understand? That's all already good. I'm goody on that. We worried about what we building, baby. We got way more to gain, way more to go. You understand? That's the thing. There ain't no competition. I left folks so far behind me, they'll never catch up. You better get real. And that's the reality, the only reality, boy. So how you feeling? I love it. Yeah, so like I said, that's what I'm going to be doing. You got to understand, I'm the real deal, man. I do this for a career. That means I operate independently. I'm sovereign, and I do whatever I want to do. Whatever I want, when I want. I don't ask for nothing. I do what I want to do and whatever makes me happy. You feel me? I don't follow rules. I set and make the new rules. Feel me? So yeah, like I said, people can feel any way they want about it. And I'm a young, grown man, young dude, like aspiring and intelligent and like full of, passion and compassion and drive and fury and ambition and rage and like, come on, bro, you know what it is over here. It's all real over here. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like, this is what I do, bro. You know what I mean? Honestly, me, I could care less about anybody's opinion on me and how I'm living my life or what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because if they even give an opinion, it's because they want to be in my shoes. They wish that they could be in my shoes for a millisecond, homie. Yeah. Because I'm doing what they wish they could do and they're not capable of. That's all it is and all it'll ever be and all it's ever been. You feel me? And like I said, that ain't my problem, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with me, man. Hey, dude. All right, I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Keep it real. But like I said, I'm just explaining to you reality, man. That's what it is, homie. Feel me? So that's the goal. Get where I can get the electric bike kits on the bicycles, but like not in the valley. I want to do this while I'm traveling and in other states and cities. You understand? That's my whole goal. If I did have to manually put it together, I guess I would have to try to go to Austin and try to see what I can do and get by and figure it out and struggle or whatever. But it's just not conducive for me right now, man. It's not the right environment, bro. Not without help, Like I said, I've tried, man. I've tried my best, bro. I asked everybody for help up there, man. Like I said, you can see what they on. So that's the thing. Like, bro, all it took was somebody just saying, yo, here's a couch, man. You good. I had a couple of dudes like try, or not try, but pretend like they was going to do that. None of them did anything for me. All of them pull the same act. Like it's all good for a little bit, then it's, oh well, you got to get going. Like why? Because y'all keep talking to other people. Why do other people's opinions that aren't real, much less have anything to do with anything? Like that, I don't understand that. And like I already am good. I got my own situation. I got my own stuff. I pay cash for everything. I'm already way ahead of you. Like, what are you talking about? It's just helping somebody to get a leg up so they can build. Like if everyone's just gonna, not do anything, then I mean, like I said, if I built it all by myself, then cool. I mean, then nobody gets to be a part of what I built, do they? This is mine. Yeah. Because y'all wanted to make it impossible and hard as hell and make me, put me in a position where I have to build it by myself. That's crazy, man. Nobody builds it by themselves, but it's all good. I have, and I'll continue to with God. You feel me? And that might just be something that God teaching me. You know what I mean? So God told me, He said, man, the real soldiers, like the real tough people, the real legends, they have to go through the hardest things. You know what I mean? He told me that when I was going through it, and I'm talking about things y'all couldn't even imagine, bro. I've had nights that, you know, nobody could handle. I've had days and things I've been through that y'all couldn't even fathom, bro. And it wasn't even that long ago. So yeah, nah, people can't tell me nothing, man. I ain't worried about what you talking about. Y'all folks got it easy, huh? Be grateful and learn how to count your blessings. See me, I count my blessings. I'm grateful for every blessing I get, man. Like real talk. Learn how to be grateful because that's what God taught me, and I've always been grateful. Always. He just taught me another level of gratitude to be humble and happy. So see, when y'all want to talk and speak, that's fine. You just in your feelings because God has a plan for me and is showing me and teaching me true gratitude. I'm grateful for if I get a couple of quarters, some change, a dollar. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for every little penny I get to build what I'm building. But see, the difference is the money that I get goes into building what I'm building and what I've already built, my own empire. Any money y'all get, you gotta give it to somebody else immediately. So no wonder you in your feelings. And that's the truth, and that's just the way of the world and what it is. You know what I mean? Folks who don't have power and authority and don't have control over their own stuff and don't have their own stuff going on, they're always in these fake job positions and have a boss and work for someone else. And they're building and serving corporate interests, which is demonic and satanic, and they don't work for themselves. So yeah, they're going to try to take advantage and pretend they have fake power and fake authority they don't have. And I mean, either way, it never ends up working or helping them anyway, does it? That's why everyone who's corrupt continues to be held accountable every day because God is real and justice is real and I am vengeance. Talk to you later, pumpkin.